All right, welcome back to the OHL podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Buckeye Boggs, aka the Podfather. That's the Wild Man, and we are joined by my older brother, Aaron Boggs. He's the CEO of Export Mouthguards. Aaron, welcome to the OHL podcast.
If you are the Podfather and I'm your older brother, what's that make me?
A made man.
Hopefully not whacked.
The made man. I'll take the made man. Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely.
Well, Aaron, so we are tickled pink here at the OHL podcast to have Export Mouthguards as a sponsor, and we've been kind of teasing this, and we've spoke up to a little bit about it with everybody. We've shared the commercial, but as Chris and I have said, this is not just any mouthguard. This is going to change the sport of football, and not just football, but all contact sports. And I want you to introduce what the product is to everybody, and let's just dive into this thing. And then here in a little bit, my stepson and my wife are going to hop on here, and you're going to talk to them because my stepson got to wear the product this year and is wearing it right now while he plays lacrosse. So this is a big deal for the Boggs family, man, and we love the thing. So tell everybody what Export Mouthguards is and why this is such a big deal.
Well, before I get started, I want to congratulate you and Chris. And, obviously I'm a huge fan of the podcast. I go to my parents' home and watch it every Thursday. And what an amazing emotional ride that we've been on the last couple of weeks from Chris, you burying your head. And then every week we got a little stronger, didn't we? So congratulations. The national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes. Isn't that amazing to still say?
Yeah,
that feels good.
It's going to feel good all year long. I don't know about anybody else. I'm going to celebrate it all year.
So we had two Ohio State football players that are wearing Export Mouthguard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll have some content come out, but today's a big day for us because Tiki Barber, who's the face of the company and our primary sponsor, we had an ad live on Times Square for Export Mouthguard. So it's kind of a fun thing that's happened for our company today.
Cool. That's cool. Times Square. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I've been there.
So I can introduce the product.
It's not the OHIO podcast, but it's
yeah. So something has to be done. The amount of concussions that are happening. We're actually working with Devin Jordan and his Beyond the Game company, and we talk about concussions in pro sports, and we see those. We all have memories of Tua going back in the game and everybody in the country screaming no. But this is happening to 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds. One of the largest increases in concussions is in flag football. You have a coach on the sideline who aspires to be the next NFL great with 8 and 9-year-olds running around with plays, and next thing you know, they run each other and they have a concussion. And so we have invented, Sig Sattel has invented the world's greatest mouthguard. I'll explain why. You guys jump in and ask questions. Number one, this mouthguard has carbon fiber. It's infused. Why carbon fiber? 5 times stronger than steel, and it's 7 times more absorbent. There's a 3-layer protective cushion. Think about that as the safer barrier to the brain. Today, if you go to a NASCAR event, there's no longer just concrete along the sides, right? We lost Dale Earnhardt. He hits the wall at 190 mile an hour. The energy has to go somewhere. It goes through the car. It goes through the seat. It goes through his body. It goes through his mouth, and it goes to his brain. And what this does is it receives the energy in the mouth so that it doesn't transfer to the brain. And that's where it's been scientifically engineered to do that. And so it has come back through testing as 300 times more absorbent than anything else on the market. The other thing is that it's 3D laser printed. And so it is a perfect fit to your mouth, which matters because in Boil and Bite or any other $20, $40 mouth guard, it doesn't fit perfect. It's not comfortable. You can't breathe. And so this is a perfect fit. I'm going to put it in. And you can notice I can talk now. It's like a Lego. It doesn't need to come out. There's nothing hanging down like in the NFL. And so what happens is it's perfect and you forget that it's in. And you get so comfortable with it that you can actually breathe. So take it out, you pop it out. Anthony Schlegel, I had him fitted. And you remember he was the middle linebacker. We all know that.
Sure. Yep.
The second that he put it in, he says, I can talk. And that mattered to him as he's calling plays. I watched Patrick Mahomes the other day. He changed the play 10 seconds before the clock went off. 4 of those 10 seconds he was playing with his mouth guard. So it's a performance-enhancing protective thing. For moms and dads, this matters because it is preventing concussions. What questions do you have?
So
science. Yeah, go ahead, Chris. I got one, but I'll let you ask yours first.
go ahead, Eric.
No,
If you're doing
I was
something
going to
about the
ask.
science.
So what are some of the statistics that you guys know? I know that it's been in trial for a while, and we use Xander as a guinea pig for this, and he went through the season with 0 concussions, thankfully. And he played defensive end, linebacker.
He hits like a full-grown man.
Yeah, he's a dude. He he fullback, like he's Mr. Contact out there, and some of his teammates suffered concussions and he didn't. So we thank the Lord for that. But I firmly believe that the product helps prevent that. Now, what statistics do you guys have currently that you can throw behind that right now? I know it's still early and you're still gathering that data, but what can you share with us on that?
Yeah, so this is my actual mold. Eric and I didn't get braces. So because that it is a perfect fit, when you have an impact, whether it's frontal or underneath, the energy is going to want to go through the jawline and into the mouth. And so if you imagine the transfer of energy, it actually will accept that. The carbon fiber is like plate. You can see the plate underneath that. And so in an impact study, what happens is you can watch this actually take the brunt. In other mouth guards, Eric, it doesn't take the brunt. So where's it go? It goes to the brain. When I was watching Xander play and you see the amount of force that an 8th grader is taking in football or even lacrosse, which, by the way, lacrosse is one of the highest concussion sports. 35 to 40% of all people that play or all young athletes that play lacrosse by the time they're 18 have experienced a concussion. It receives that, and it receives that by 300% greater than anything else on the marketplace.
Wow.
Right? 84% of youth athletes do not wear a mouth guard in contact sports like soccer, which soccer is the highest dental trauma sport. They just don't wear them. Why don't they wear them? Because they can't breathe. They run 5.5 miles for their sport. With this, you can breathe. And so we're looking at a lot of the statistics. We have, more impact studies coming, but we also are putting sensors in the mouth guard. And so last week we released this at CES out in Vegas, which is the large tech Super Bowl globally. And what is coming is there'll be sensors in here that will be able to monitor through biometrics the rotation and impact. And moms and dads will have on their phone the ability in real time to monitor health and wellness of their athlete, as well as trainers. And ultimately, as we talk to the NFL, we want the data to be objective to concussions. So what do you guys think about that?
That's unbelievable.
That's huge.
I can't imagine the ability for a training staff, to look in real time at their tablet or whatever, scroll down to the athlete that just got hit and be able to say, without ever running out on the field and taking a flashlight and follow
Right.
my finger and look at their eyes, they're going to be able to actually have data that says, hey, how impacted was that hit on that athlete? That's massive. Chris,
Well, 3.8 million concussions a year in sports related injuries. 1.9 of those are in children. Okay.
Mm.
We don't know the long-term impacts and the correlation to CTE. But what we do know today, as Brett Favre was talking on Capitol Hill about, his Parkinson's diagnosis and the fact he probably had 250 concussions, and go ahead and correlate that. When you think about a brain still developing in a young athlete, and they take such an impact as that, a concussion is a big deal, and we're starting to get data back that is showcasing that if you've had 1 or 2 concussions before the age of 18, you're like 2 times more likely to have some kind of motor skill issue by the time you're 50 or 60. And so we're getting some of that data in now. None of it's good.
Yeah, that's really amazing that you say that, because, Brett Favre, like you said, came out, and you think back to, of course, Muhammad Ali was one of the first big name cases that had Parkinson's. And then you think about Michael J. Fox, and a lot of people just think of him as an actor. He played youth hockey in Canada.
Yeah.
So that's amazing to make that correlation. So what kind of a time frame are we looking at for like a mass rollout of this product?
So we are currently live. You can go to our website, exportguards.com, and you can purchase this today. And we have moms and dads, and we have professional athletes. We're large in mixed martial arts. I was actually with Matt Brown yesterday, and one of our fighters, Josiah Harrell, got cleared to fight. And so he wears this. He believes that it's a competitive advantage. It's performance enhancing to wear, because as he's in combat sports, knowing that the carbon fiber is taking 7 times more of an absorption, he's in the fight game. And so he wears it because it's a competitive advantage. And so, talking to the MMA, where we sponsor Ohio Combat League, and I go to a lot of those fights, which is like the minor leagues of the UFC. You're starting to see a lot of those. It's out there right now. The sensor company has chosen Export because they don't want to partner with a Mouthguard that doesn't actually prevent concussions. It would be like showcasing the data behind the crash. Right. If you're going to be in a car accident and you get to pick your vehicle, you're going to pick the best. And so we're excited about our partnership with Dynex and rolling that out. And once we get through the FDA for the biometrics to be reported, we'll be on the market pretty fast.
All right, we're going to play a quick commercial, and this is a great time to transition, because since the website is live, and since Export is Mouthguards are sponsoring the OHIO podcast, if you go to their website, you can use the promo code OHIO, OHIO, to get 20% off the Mouthguard. We will talk more about pricing. We'll talk more about the process after our second commercial. But next, we're going to play a commercial, and after the commercial, I'm going to bring on my stepson, Xander. Aaron, my brother, is going to interview Xander, who wore the product for 1 full season in football and now through his first season now of lacrosse. And so this will be a great opportunity to talk to a real athlete who's been wearing it. And then my wife, Sarah, the mom's going to come on. Aaron's going to talk to her. And then after that, Chris and I will be back to finish this interview. So hang tight, everybody.
Hey, Buckeye Nation. The OHIO podcast is thrilled to partner with Export Mouthguards, the innovators redefining protection in contact sports. Introducing the Ninja Pro Mouthguard, the strongest and most advanced mouthguard on the market. Engineered by dental experts, it's designed to deliver elite protection with a sleek, low-profile fit. Made with carbon fiber and multi-layer construction, it's impact tested to keep you safe from even the hardest hits. But that's not all. The Ninja Pro is 3D printed for 100% custom fit, offering unbeatable comfort and security for any athlete. From football to MMA, dominate your game with confidence while safeguarding your teeth and jaw. Getting started is easy. Use our home impression kit to create your custom fit and enjoy prepaid shipping. It's protection delivered right to your door. Plus, with a 1-year warranty and 100% satisfaction guarantee, and proudly made in the USA, the Ninja Pro is your ultimate defense on the field or in the ring. And here's the best part. When you visit exportguards.com, use promo code OHIO at checkout to get 20% off your purchase. That's right, 20% off elite protection made just for you. Protect your game, protect your future. Choose Export Ninja Pro Mouthguards, where innovation meets protection. Head to exportguards.com and use promo code OHIO today.
Xander, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
OH.
IO.
Man, we're national championships.
Oh, yeah.
Champions of it. That was an awesome game. Hey, I got a couple quick questions for you. Thank you for being a model for Export,
Oh, yeah.
but also wearing the product. So before you had this, your experience with mouth guards was what?
I had a boiled one, so it took a long process of just putting it in the boiler, and to be honest, it wasn't really that comfortable because after a few games, it'd be all chewed up, and it just wasn't as comfortable as the new one I got.
So when you talk comfort, what's that mean to be in the game? Because I've went and watched you play, and you play with everything you have. And by the way, 8th grade football is pretty serious these days, right? So because it's comfortable, what's that mean to your ability to play?
For me, it's more of not losing the mouth guard because I like being able to play like the whole game without being able to take it out. I could go over to the sidelines and the squeezable Gatorade water bottles they have nowadays, I could just drink water while having it in, and I don't really have to worry about losing it. So very comfortable, and I can wear it all game.
Faith Gomez is a boxing sensation out in Compton, California that has it, and she's going to be in the Olympics. And one of the things she says is that she feels like she can breathe because it's a perfect fit. Now, you went to the dentist, right? What was that like?
It was a really easy process. They just took pictures of the inside of my mouth, and, and sent over the email. And like a week later, the mouth guard arrived, and it was easy from there.
So that went to Atlanta, where our manufacturer is. They made yours specific, so it's only for you. And what was that like when you got that for the first time and you put it in? I'm sure it felt a lot different.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a game changer. I can notice like it fit perfectly onto my teeth, really easy to put in. And after a few games, I kind of got used to it. But the first couple days, it was kind of definitely adjusting to it because I wasn't used to it. But it felt really nice.
Well, some people say it's like it's like a medical device, but it's a performance enhancing because it does help you. So, what did you think about the carbon fiber?
I thought it fit well. Honestly, it felt like it gave me more protection than the plastic ones you just got off Mix. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was definitely a change.
So I like carbon fiber on my Shelby Mustang because it's cool. Did any of the other players say, "What is that? What's that X?"
Some people asked me if I even had a mouth guard in. Even a few times, like the ref was kind of confused. But some of my friends, I just explained to them what it was, like how it worked. They thought it was really cool. So
awesome. So what would you say is your favorite thing about the Export mouth guard?
Oh, definitely communication. For being like a captain on the defense, talking around the field is definitely one of the key parts of playing football. So the mouth guard allowed me to talk freely and whenever I wanted to just communicate with my teammates.
So one of the greatest things as a CEO of the company that I've heard our young athletes say is they forget that it's in.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why is that a big deal?
I feel like, and if you can keep it in all game, it's really not, it doesn't get in the way as much as it would like a plastic mouth guard. So it's like really well. You could just drink with it in, talk with it in. You don't have to take it out. Just it's like it's not even there.
So to know that you're protected, I know in 8th grade you're not thinking about concussions as much as others or those that have experienced it, but your dad said that a couple of your teammates actually got concussions. Do you think about that in 8th grade?
Not so much for me. I mean, if I've experienced it, I probably would think about it, but a couple of my friends have gone through many concussions through playing football. So for the future, yeah, probably, but for now, just we'll see.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate all that you're doing. I'm glad that you've been an export model for us. Checks in the mail, buddy.
All right, yeah, no problem.
My sister-in-law. So Sarah, when I started working with export, I drew 3 boxes on a whiteboard, and I said our future is in the middle of these 3 boxes, and in 20 minutes you're going to be able to fill these in. And in 20 minutes, the team wrote MOM. Moms care about their athletes' protection. What do you now know after Xander has wore the world's greatest mouth guard and you think about what he had in the past?
It's kind of scary.
It
Think
is.
about, like when you get all the equipment that your kid needs, you assume that what school is asking you for is not necessarily the best, but at least like going to keep them safe. And knowing what Xander's mouth guard used to look like and what his new one looks like, there's quite a bit of difference. Even just, I know Xander just told you that the old one would be chewed up. And I'm thinking, if it's chewed up like that, there's no way that the protection, just from his teeth, not even thinking about concussion level, it just kind of blows my mind, to be honest. And as an educated person, I can't believe that I hadn't thought about it before that. But the fact that this is where we're going with this as a mom, it makes me feel good knowing that my kid isn't stopping football or lacrosse or any sort of contact sport anytime soon.
Yeah, so I talk to moms and dads who spend $180 on batting gloves, and each son has to have 2 bats, and you think about the cost of the equipment for kids to play, and some of it's even just for looks, right? But now we have a performance enhancing protective mouth guard that can go across the sports, fits perfectly, has carbon fiber. When you saw that carbon fiber, what went through your mind?
It was amazing to me that something so strong could be so little and so impactful. And honestly, it looks pretty cool.
It does. So
Yeah.
it's 5 times stronger than steel, but it's light as a feather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've talked about the future and where I want to take this and some of the exciting things today. Tiki Barber's ads came out. I was watching Mad Money on TV, and there was an export commercial. That's really cool to see him promoting this. And the technology that we're putting in to be innovative is going to have sensors. And we're working to get that through the FDA so that we can report biometrics to moms and dads. In high school, there's coming a day where I'm going to be sitting by you at a game at Delaware. Xander's out there playing, and on your phone, you're going to be able to track in real time his heart rate, all the things that intraorally that we can track health and wellness. But most of all, we're going to be able to correlate impact data to share with you upon impact, kind of a red, yellow, green monitoring system. How does that make you feel?
Nervous, but at the same time, I'm a mom who gets into a football game pretty intensely, as you have.
Yes, you do. I love it, though, by the way.
And so I'm a mom who probably gets a little bit more excited for a sack or a tackle than I might a touchdown. And the thought really never crossed my mind that while my boy is hitting someone else, it still may be negatively impacting his health. So I no longer have to worry about that when that time comes, and I can just take a look at my phone, just say, he's good.
Right.
Or I can accurately say, he's probably not good. We need to take a second look at this, right? So I think it just gives me peace of mind that I don't have to second guess whether or not his actions on the field are creating negative reactions in his body.
Yeah, I love how that you put that. I don't want to disrupt the game, and I've had conversations with coaches and associations, and even people in the NFL. I talked to the Seattle Seahawks, and you know, they don't want to disrupt the game with data, but they also care about being safe and the health and the wellness of the player. And so, this monitoring is so next level, because I think that my greatest objective here is to take the leveraging of AI and technology, put it into a game-changing device like a Mouthguard, but then to change the level of protection so that those concussions that go unmonitored. So 3.8 million concussions happen in sports-related injuries, but actually, how many happen? I mean, is it 7 million, 8 million, 9 million? We don't know. And I've had that happen to me in my sports career. And that has long-term impact. And we know that now. And so as a mom, having this mouth guard in your athlete, what's your one big takeaway that you would say to other moms and why that this gives you peace of mind?
I think watching as a fan of football and as a mom, and all of the information that has come out about how concussions don't just impact the here and the now, they really impact a person lifelong, is that my boy's not a football player first. He's an athlete, or he's a student first.
Right.
And
With the son, right?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so as I watch him, it's important for me to keep him as safe and as healthy as possible, so he can not only just have a great quality of life, but he can learn, and he can, throughout his life, make good decisions, right? And we all know that the more concussions you have, the harder it is for a brain to function. Therefore, it would be more difficult for him to make good decisions. And so I think if it is my first and foremost job as a mom to keep him safe, that I can help prevent all of those things and help him to make positive decisions moving forward, starting with this one.
Well, I appreciate your time, and thank you for caring about my nephew. And I do think that you're one of the most fascinating in the game moms that I've ever witnessed, and I support your volume completely. Thank you.
Thank you so much for choosing Xander to help you with this.
Absolutely.
All right.
The OHIO podcast is brought to you by Mastermind. Mastermind specializes in 360-degree high-definition mobile video mapping, GIS integration, and traffic safety studies. Mastermind cares about traffic safety and keeping you safe on the roadway. Visit Mastermind at onlinemastermind.com. All right, guys, welcome back to the OHIO podcast, and thank you, Aaron, for the opportunity to talk with Xander and Sarah about that. That was really cool. So one of the things that I want to bring up is the fact that this, we're talking a lot about football because we talk a lot about football on this podcast, okay? But this isn't just for football players. This is for really anything. I mean, we have mixed martial arts. We've mentioned lacrosse because Xander plays lacrosse. Hockey. We're talking basketball. I had a concussion playing basketball. Now, back when we played, Aaron, it was called seeing stars. They didn't call it a concussion, right? But I remember in high school, my head, I went up and for a block, I believe it was, and got hit, and I lost my balance, and my head smacked the hardwood of the basketball court. And I almost lost eyesight for a second because I was seeing stars, right? That's being concussed, okay? But it's not just football. You can wear this for anything, correct?
Yeah, we have some pretty high profile motocross people. They actually are saying that it's improving their balance while they're in competition. We have some skiers, some competitive skiers. We've sponsored the United States ski team and snowboard team. They're all wearing it, um, and so they're saying that it's not just comfortable and protective, but it's actually because of the perfect fit, improving their balance. Faith Gomez is a boxer that we have. She's 15 out in Compton, California, just a star. Like you said, jujitsu. Kai Wu is the personal trainer of Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is wearing the mouth guard, and he trains in MMA. You just think about anybody that's wearing a mouth guard. This is the world's greatest mouth guard.
And the other thing that I want to mention, and this is the thing that's kind of unique to us guys, since Aaron is my brother. Uh, he,
Yeah.
he is giving me a little bit of a kickback here. So, and that is this: we have the best percentage off out there, right? So
Right.
if you use the promo code OHIO, you're going to get more off your product, off the product, the mouthguard, if you purchase it, than anywhere else you can find on planet Earth right now. So that's the, I guess, the one good thing about you watching the OHIO podcast and that guy being my older brother here. So, but Aaron, walk somebody through the process of what's going to happen if they're looking for a mouth guard. They're going to go ahead and buy this mouth guard or get this mouth guard for their child, maybe themselves, maybe a grandchild. What's the process here?
Yeah. So once you go to our website, it's really easy to purchase. There's one or two things that happen immediately after that. We're going to send you an impression kit in which that will take an impression. You can do that at home, or you can leverage your local dentist. And we love partnering with dentists because they have wand scans. And that's a little bit more precise when we're able to use that. Dr. Andy Gilbert, who's the team dentist of the Columbus Blue Jacks, is a part of Export Mouthguards, an investor, and I get to talk to him all the time. I sent Anthony Schlegel down there and got him wand, and that was a perfect fit. And so your local dentist should be able to help out with that as well. Once we get that, it goes down to my manufacturer in Atlanta. They get right on it. They make a custom mold like they did for me. So this is the 3D laser. It's an actual down to the jacked up teeth that I have there. And then they start to make your mouth guard, infuse the carbon fiber into 3 layers. And the next thing you know is you'll get this back. And so it's about a 2-week process in and out. You'll be able to pick some colors in the future. Right now, we're pretty much using clear only, which a lot of people like because they want to see the carbon fiber. But we'll expand that as we grow, and then away you go.
Awesome.
So, oh, go ahead, Eric.
Go for it, Chris.
So, Aaron, just a quick question. I remember buying mouth guards, and they were, $30, $40.
Yeah.
You can't put a price on health.
No.
You can't put a price. You've got one brain. That's all you got. But what kind of price range are we looking at with the?
So I've had people in the medical profession say this is worth $500-$600, and that's what they want to charge for it. But I want to go direct to the consumer, and I want to be a part of teams. I'm going to actually be speaking at the board meeting of the Gridiron League up in Northeast Ohio, where they had 3 times more of the concussions in their league this past year. So, they're wanting to partner and get all of the kids mouth guards. I'm working with businesses to help sponsor teams, and so there's ways. But it's $200. We're comfortable that we got it to the best price, and so with your 20% off, it's cheaper than a pair of batting gloves these days.
$160 to protect your brain's health. I mean, that's a great price.
Yeah. And the people that get it, like you heard Xander, an 8th grader is loving it, and all the way up to adults that are skiing in their 50s and 60s are loving it. And so they feel protected. Our UFC fighter, Josiah Harrell, he's just a huge advocate of this because, he wants to have a healthy life, and he really believes that this is impacting his health in a major way when he's in the fight game.
Sure.
So do it. Go on there right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. If you've watched it and you're all the way through this point in it, then obviously it's one of two things. You absolutely love the OHO podcast, and we love you, or you are interested in protecting somebody and their mental health and their brain. And so you just need to go on the website right now, exportguards.com, exportguards.com. Don't forget the promo code OHIO. Yes, Chris.
Just one more question, Aaron. You mentioned working with teams and large groups. Is there some way that if you're a high school coach, if you're a superintendent of schools, that they could reach out to you and get a hold of you to set something up?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to the website. We have contact information there. Just send us an email. Let us know what you're thinking, and I'll reach back out to you. We're having a lot of those conversations, even working with associations. I don't know if you guys know this, but in Ohio this year, we had 15 Division I scholarship players that were unable to play in the playoffs because they had had their second concussion. And in Ohio, if you have 2 concussions, you're done for the year. I can honestly say the likelihood of them being able to play in the playoffs if they were wearing an export mouth guard is much higher.
Mm-hmm.
And so think about that. Did that impact their NIL money? These are guys that are good enough to get D1 scholarships that were unable to play in the playoffs because of that. And so we're really excited about the quality of this product, what it's doing to impact the athletes and prevent concussions.
And if you're a dentist, if you're watching this, or maybe you work for a dentist, show them this video and get in contact with Aaron, because one of the things that I know is happening are dentists are working with sports programs, sports teams, schools, and going out there and volunteering their time, scanning kids' mouths, working with the sponsors to get this mouth guard to protect their athletes so that they can have a successful season. So contact Aaron and get that ball rolling. All right, real quick. We weren't kidding when we told you that there was a product that's going to change college football and football in general. I firmly believe that one of the things that we're going to start seeing, I saw it in the playoffs. Someone was wearing one of those skull things over top of their helmet.
Guardian cap. Yeah.
Guardian cap. Yeah. Right. Okay. So they're trying to do things to prevent brain injuries in the game, including changing rules and all of those things, which everybody hates, and I get it. I understand why. This can be one of the quickest, smartest, easiest, cheapest changes that can be made to help prevent that from happening. Aaron, speak to that and maybe some of the things that you think are coming down. I'm asking you to be a little bit of a prophet here. What are some things that might be coming down the pike with this thing?
I am currently speaking to 3 NFL teams. They both are interested for their players, but also for the foundations that the teams have. The NFL players are very aware that youth watch them, and we have a major problem with dangling mouth guards. So now that you have a 12-year-old that thinks it's cool to run around on the football field being a tailback with his mouth guard dangling. Our friend Jabril Peppers, he wears the Guardian cap in the NFL, and I watched several plays for the Patriots where he had his mouth guard dangling. But you talk about an oxymoron, to care enough about your brain that you wear a Guardian cap and you don't wear your mouth guard. And so those conversations are going to lead to the adoption of export on entire teams and leagues. I'm talking to the, sorry guys, close your ears, the SEC network, the SEC right? So they care about concussions down south as well. And I think it becomes a household name pretty quick. We've been pretty serious about building the right product. The founder, Sig Sattel, is a second-generation German dental lab engineer here in Columbus, Ohio, and he's put his heart and passion into this. And so now it's about taking the product, creating a grassroots campaign, a groundswell, getting Tiki Barber to buy into this and be excited, caring about kids' safety, understanding the impact it had at him is huge for us. And now it's about getting it into every kid's mouth as they play sports and watch the impact happen and create a community around that.
Chris, any last questions?
No, I'm really excited to see where this goes. As someone who works in education,
I do have one that's out there for your audience only, but you guys cannot share this. So there is an
Wait a
opportunity.
minute. We're not allowed to share this on this video?
No, once you watch the video, right?
Okay.
We're talking to Gatorade potentially about infusing electrolytes crystals in the mouth guard that could come out during performance needs.
wow.
We really are living in the future. I mean,
Yeah.
So it's going to
could
protect
you
your
imagine
brain. It's
Jack
comfortable
Sawyer's
fit.
running down the field with the ball, and all of a sudden his mouth guard
No,
goes,
he gets to the. Remember, he said he got really tired and he was
Yeah.
worried he was going to trip over like Will did.
Yeah.
And in a moment's time, there, we have some engineering to still do on that, but we can release electrolytes on the field through the mouth guard.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how far out that is. I mean, the product's good enough that everybody should be buying it now, but there's a lot of ideas about what you can do through this mouth guard.
Crazy.
Wow.
Does that work?
What are you waiting for, people? Let's just do this. Like, get on it right now. Go to the website right now. I've got it scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now. You can see it. Exportguards.com. Use promo code Ohio, OHIO. Save yourself 20%. And you're supporting the OHIO podcast when you do that. You're protecting someone, a loved one, when you do that. You're investing in their future. You're investing in their performance. Right? I mean, Aaron and I, we had a dad who wanted us to have the best that we could possibly have. He would work overtime to make sure we had the best TPX bats, and our mom would work overtime so she would make sure she'd buy extra bleach because our jerseys were always grass stained and filled with dirt and everything else because of how we
did
played.
That before the game.
I did. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to be dirty before the national anthem. That's how I played, man. But here, this product right here.
And it's a Columbus company. It's founded in Columbus. It's
made in the USA, baby.
Buckeye strong. It is Buckeye strong.
Do it. Go there now. Aaron, thanks so much for joining us, brother.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Guys, you know what to do here, man. Be kind of one another. IO Somos OH. Sing Carmen, Ohio with all your heart. Till next time. OH.
Ohio.
Go Bucks.